Today I'll be talking to someone who sells houses, but at some point decided, you know what? I don't just want to sell the house, I want a piece of everyone else's deal. So now instead of just running around opening doors and chasing clients, he got agents under him, closing deals, and every time they win, he kind of wins too. So he basically went from playing the game to owning a piece of the neighborhood.
So you wanna be, let's talk what it takes. No shortcuts here, just risks and mistakes. Real ones built it from grit, not luck. So you wanna be, level up, level up.
Today I'll be talking to someone who sells houses, but at some point decided, you know what? I don't just want to sell the house, I want a piece of everyone else's deal. So now instead of just running around opening doors and chasing clients, he got agents under him, closing deals, and every time they win, he kind of wins too. So he basically went from playing the game to owning a piece of the neighborhood. Welcome back, guys, to my new podcast, So You Want to Be, the show where we break down what people actually do for a living and how they make their money and the truth that nobody talks about. I'm your host, Jacques, and today I got my special guest, Cory. Go ahead and tell the listeners what you do, Cory.
Hey, Cory Jones here, Mr. John Real Estate. I'm a real estate broker here in South Florida. Been a real estate for the last 10 plus years now. Just grinding day in, day out, man. Let's sell these homes, get these homes sold.
Yes, it's a tough market right now. Let's start from the beginning. Before real estate, what were you doing?
All right, perfect. So, man, before I was real estate, I was actually a cook at a retirement home. Right here in Plantation. It's called, I can't, probably don't say the name, but it was a retirement home. I was actually a cook. Actually, before I was a cook, I was actually in the dish room or whatever the case may be. So I started in the dish room and I gradually elevated to become a cook. And so I was a line cook, I want to say for at least, I think 7 years or something like that. And then I actually fell into real estate. And so I've been in real estate ever since. Yeah.
Well, what made you fall into real estate? What made you say, yeah, I want to get into this business?
All right, perfect. So it was actually a couple of things, right? So I met my wife when I was working as a line cook, and so she actually pushed me to get into real estate. But it was just I was trying to figure out what I want to do because I couldn't be a cook forever because it wasn't paying anything, right? So barely making like $13-14 an hour or something like that. So it wasn't really feasible to stay a cook forever. So I was at a crossroads between like trying to figure out exactly what to do. And so my wife, she was telling me at the point, she was like, yeah, you love to talk, like use something that has to do with talking because that's all you do all day long, you're talking anyway. So I was like, hey, what could that be? Like, what could that be? So I actually watching like HGTV at that particular time. And I'm like, dang, I wonder if I can really do that. Like, I wonder if I can do that. Like how they make it look on TV, they make it look all easy, all fancy and all bougie. Like, that looks so simple, but it looks so complicated. But how can I get into that? And so I did my research or whatever the case may be, and I ended up finding out how you get your real estate license. So what I did was I got on Google, did my little Google search, whatever the case may be, and I happened to fall into real estate investing. Right. So I followed a gentleman who was on real estate investing, just courses or whatever the case may be. It was like $5 or something like that at the time. Cause mind you, this is 10 plus years ago, right? So everything was super duper cheap back then. So I took his course or whatever the case may be on the real estate investing side. And then when I was trying to get the ball rolling, I started wholesaling. So I hosted 2 deals, I believe it was. The first one was a nightmare because I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
And then the second deal went through. I made like $5,000 or something like that. It was pretty sweet or whatever the case may be. And so after I did my second wholesale deal, I had got a phone call. I got a phone call from one of my relatives. One of my relatives was like, hey, listen, I'm trying to buy a house. And I'm like, dang, I'm not a realtor. I'm on the real estate investing side. I'm not a realtor. So I was like, dang, I had to get my real estate license, right? And so that's how I ended up getting my real estate license. And once I got my real estate license, my relative became my first client.
Wow.
And once I sold my first home, I ended up leaving the workforce. And been in real estate full time ever since.
Okay. A lot of people don't know this. There's a lot of different avenues in real estate. There's rentals, wholesaling, being a realtor, commercial. You can be a property management in so many ways. So for you to actually start off in wholesaling, that is crazy. So that's
Yeah.
actually one of your first things that you did. You started wholesaling.
Yeah, I started in wholesaling. So I always
Wow.
tell people all the time, like real estate, like you said, it's a mixing pot, right? So it's so
Yeah.
many different avenues, like you
A
said.
lot.
So with real estate investing, it's totally different from being a real estate investor and being a realtor,
Right.
right? It's two separate different entities because we have
Facts.
two different laws on both sides. How I tell all my agents, okay, listen, if you're going to be a realtor, understand how the realtor game works. Understand the laws, the rules, the regulations, what you can and cannot do
Right.
before you become an investor. Because again, our goal is to get all our realtors to become investors as
Right.
well. That way you can make both sides of the coin. Because again, you're not subject to one particular area. You can do it all.
Exactly. And when you were starting off, how broke were you when you first started?
I'm still broke now, so send your clients, send clients, send me referrals. Send referrals. I'm still broke to this day, so we're looking for clients. We're trying to close deals, man. So we take it house by house. We are living. Hey, we are living commission check to commission check. All right, that's how you put it. We're commission check to commission check. So we don't know when our next one is, which is why real estate is such a difficult industry to dabble into,
Right.
like initially, without having any kind of support, backup plan. Real estate is super hard to get into. Also, the realtor side is super hard because again, it costs a lot for marketing. It costs a lot for different little things, as far as the MLS system,
Yes.
all the things that we got to pay. Money going out, money going out. There's no money coming in, so it can
Right.
be very, very pricey. Initially, get your feet wet. It can be very
True.
pricey. So I always tell people, don't quit your day job first. Build up your portfolio, build up your clientele, build up your build up traction before you hop out full time to become a realtor.
100%. Yeah, a lot of people don't know how taxing it can be being a realtor because when you're a realtor that first month, you're getting people to sell you business cards, QR codes, pens, posters, this and that. Then, like you say, you got to pay for the MLS. Then you have to pay for cards, and it's a lot of different things. So you definitely, and that's a great advice. Definitely save up if you think or thinking about becoming a realtor because in the long run, you don't want to go in there blind. It's just gonna make you even broker. You're even faster.
Real, you
And when
gotta
did your first deal?
be out before you're in.
Yeah, definitely. But most people I know by the second month they quit and then they go back to their job. Like they just have their license. They work so hard to get it, and within 30, 60 to 90 days, typically, I hit them up and they're like, "Yeah, I'm working back at XYZ place," and I'm like, "What happened?" And they weren't making any money throughout that time. So, that's actually real great advice. When you did have your first deal, how did it feel like? Were you
Oh,
confident? Was it straight panic?
honestly, I'll be honest with you, my first deal. So when I first got into real estate, I went to a super small firm, right? I said the firm had 20 odd people, if that. I never met none of the agents. That's how small the brokerage was.
Okay.
And the gentleman that took me under his wing, he didn't really give me the know it all, whatever. He point me in the direction like, okay, you need information, go here. You need information, do this. Like go on YouTube, like basically figure it out, right? As you go, like basically fail forward. So as you're progressing, or you're trying to get understanding of how real estate works, you're just figuring it out pretty much. Is how he actually taught it, right? So my very first deal, I didn't know how to write a contract. I didn't know what granite countertops was. I didn't know what kind of tile.
Yeah.
I didn't know the roofing. I didn't know how plumbing, AC, all the different little intricate things that we know now. I did not know. I had no idea, right? So pretty much I faked it till I made it, right?
Hey,
But
that's
I didn't let the client know that they're my first client because of my relative. I didn't let them know this is my first client. I didn't let none of my first clients know I was new into real estate. That I had no idea what I was doing. So basically, I just faked the funk, right?
right.
But I had the confidence of like I knew what I was doing, right? Because
Right.
again, nobody knows what you don't know until you tell them you do not know,
Exactly.
right? Because anything that you need to find out is searchable. You can find it, right? Any information.
True.
So anything you need, you can find it. In my very first deal, like I said, drawn up a contract, I had no idea what I was doing, right? So what I did was I leveraged the other agent I was working with at the time, who was the listing agent. I was the buyer agent. I represented the buyer. I just used their experience at the same time. So they pretty much taught me without knowing. They were teaching me how to draw a contract. So if something was missing, they say, "Hey, Corey, we need this on this contract. This is missing. That is missing." And I'll just edit, correct, do what I had to do, or whatever the case may be. And I did that the entire transaction. And after my first closing, that seeing that check in my hand, it changed my life.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience, but it was nerve wracking because again, I really didn't know what I was doing. But again,
Okay.
I made it seem like I had it all together.
And what do you think is the hardest part about being a realtor?
The hardest
Starting out in
part
the
is,
beginning.
oh no, the hardest part is consistency, right? Because we want gratification, we want it right now. So if I feel like, okay, if I hand out 100 business cards today, I need somebody to call me by tomorrow, right? But it's not, it don't like necessary, right? It's about planting seeds, right? So the plant seeds daily. You have to meet people daily because you never know where your next client going to come from. You never know who knows who or who's going to need your services, right? I have clients who I met 10 years ago when I first started, my first month or two in real estate, calling me now
True.
looking to buy a house. But I planted that seed so long ago, they remembered me and I was top of their mind. I'm pretty sure they follow me on social media, so they see me post or whatever the case may be. So when they work in the business of trying to get a house or sell a house or whatever it is in real estate, they give me a call.
Right.
10 years later, I planted that seed 10 plus years ago, and they're calling me right now. So the hardest thing I said, like I said, is consistency and knowing that it's a delayed gratification, right? So your time will come, but it's all about planting the seeds now, and that's the hardest part. So a lot of people don't make it because they want
Right.
now. Hey, okay, I post 30 times in the last 30 days, right? I'm not seeing anything from it.
You will.
You will eventually, but
You will.
it's about consistency, staying consistent with it. Staying consistent with it. Consistency is how I preach it. So once they don't see anything, they're like, "Oh, it's not working. I'm gonna go back
Right.
to my job. I'm gonna do this. I'm going back to this." But again, it's about knowing that okay, this is gonna pan out, but it's not when. It's not a matter of it's not gonna work. It's when it's gonna work.
Exactly. Correct. And I think the term for that is, I think they used to call it ghost agents. I used to work in a brokerage as well, and a lot of agents didn't want to post. They want to give their cards out. It's like, why? Like, you have to. Like you said, I used to go out and give out 10 to 15 cards a day. Servers. If I'm at McDonald's, anywhere, you don't know. So if you are thinking about becoming a real estate agent, a broker, you just have to break that fear, because that person that you're speaking to at the restaurant may have a cousin, may have somebody that they know that's ready to buy. And like Cory said, you want to be that point of contact. So yeah, I like that advice because that's actually really good. At what point when you're doing being a real estate agent, what made you decide that you want to open up a brokerage? So for the people that are listening that aren't aware, you have to first become a real estate agent for, what's it, 2 years or 4 years?
2 years. 2 years in the state of Florida is 2 years.
Yeah. Then you had to take a test to then become a broker. So what made you decide that you want to open your own brokerage?
All right, perfect. So when I first started as a realtor, like I said, I was with a super small firm. I was with him for I want to say less than a year, if not a year in total.
Wow.
I left that brokerage and I went to a bigger firm, went to actually Keller Williams. And with Keller Williams, they have they're the largest real estate brokerage in the world, right?
Training is A1.
All countries, training is A1. So I can get a real feel of how the real estate industry actually works. So what I did was I just pretty much got to understand from Keller Williams, and I was like, okay, because as a realtor, you are confined. You have to follow the rules and regulations of the brokerage, right? So you can't be as creative as you really want to be as a realtor. To me personally, right? So I was like, okay, let me learn from Keller Williams. Let me get all the information I need so I can start my own firm,
Right.
eventually, right? So I was with Keller Williams for I want to say a year and a half, it's not 2 years. I was with Keller Williams, and then I ended up getting my broker's license, and I became a broker after that.
Okay. And what did you see the other brokers do that made you think and say, hey, I could do better? Like, what made you think that?
So it wasn't really like what they're doing. It was just more of what I wanted to do and what I see myself doing, right? So it wasn't that they were doing anything wrong. They were not doing anything that I'm not doing currently. It was just I wanted more of a creative freedom, right? I wanted to be able to wear the colors I wanted to wear, like because again, colors is red, black, whatever colors they are. I don't want to wear red and black. You know, I want to wear my own colors. I want to have my own brand. I want to wear my own stuff. Like I want to do things my way. And again, the way I coach, the way I teach, I want to be me, catered to me, not based off how they input and how they tell you things. Just I want my own creative freedom.
Right. Yeah. Okay, create your own path. Okay. And be honest, what makes more money, being a top agent or owning a brokerage?
They both are tough. So to answer that question, if you're both, that makes the most money. So if
Yeah.
you're a top agent and you're a broker, then you're gonna make pretty good. But again, you get out what you put in. So if you're just sitting around and you're not doing anything, you're not active, you're not posting on social media, you're not cold calling, you're not door knocking, you're not doing all these different things as a realtor. You're not gonna find agents one, right? So nobody's
True.
gonna come to you. Nobody gonna know you're there. People have to know
True.
you're in business in order for them to shop with you, right? So if you're just inactive, you're not doing anything, nothing's gonna come to you. So being a top agent is what creates space for newer agents to want to be a part of what you're doing, right? So now you're an
Right.
agent, you have agents under you, under your wing, under your helm, and so you're working currently, and you're helping as well. So it's like that's how you become successful as a
Okay.
person. That's just my method.
What's the biggest check you ever seen from a deal or a brokerage?
Sheesh, but man, it wasn't big enough, so I'm still
No,
here.
bro, man.
That's why I'm currently still here. I'm still looking for that big check. So I'm still looking for it. So send referrals. Send referrals.
You
Still
funny,
looking.
man. So a lot of people think that brokers just sit back and collect a percentage. What would you say about that?
Oh, it's true, right? As a broker, right, you have a lot of responsibility, right? So, like for example, let's say, John, you were a new agent, right, and I'll take you under my wing. I'm fully responsible for anything you do, right? Everything you do, you represent me, right? So if you were to mess up, it comes back to me. So
True.
not only is your license on the line, mine as well, right? And mind you, if you have multiple agents, you're liable for every single person under your wing,
Right.
right? So it's not all cut and dry. It's not I'm gonna hire you, go do whatever you want to do and make money and bring it back. No, that's not how it
No.
works. Especially when it comes to new agents, I have to hold your hand, have to guide you, have to educate you, have to teach you laws, rules, regulations. Because again, stuff you learn in school is not what's applied in the real world,
At all.
right? At
At
all. So
all.
stuff you learned there is not what you're gonna apply when you go out here and meet
It's
Sally
completely
Sue and
different.
whatever the case may be. It's totally different, totally different. So I have to make you aware of what's the difference, what you're learning, what you're doing, how do you write contracts correctly, how do you keep yourself out of harm's way, how do you protect yourself, also protect your clients, how do you protect their escrow deposit, things, how do you get out of inspection periods, and
Right.
what's the best method of negotiating a contract or trying to get your contract accepted. So it's different little things that you have to teach these agents. So it's not all just, okay, hire, get paid, hire, get paid. No, 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 no. You are really holding hands and teaching and educating,
Right.
which is why you got to have patience on the broker side. You have to be patient. You have to have patience.
And I do commend you for that because a lot of people that are not aware, I have a real estate license too. I make more money on the referral side, so I refer out my deals. But being a broker and have to handle people, you have to wake them up and you have to motivate them. You have to give them training. It's a lot on you. So I do commend you for that because a lot of people can't do that. Like actually try to just motivate somebody to do good in real estate. Like I see a lot of people fall off and they'll talk about the broker, but I'm like, you have to have your own will to get up and market yourself. You have to have your own will and your own visions and goals and plans. So I do commend you because I do see your team and you have a great team and I see everyone's happy. They're closing deals and things like that. So that does show a reflection on you, which is great. But I do commend you on that because I know it takes a lot of energy and a toll on you. But you make it look so easy and so simple, man. You really do.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. But like I tell people all the time, right? Real estate is a self-motivational sport, right? You have to have self-motivation. You can't depend on someone to motivate you.
No.
It's not going to work, right? So you have to be willing to get up, do the work, whatever that takes, right? If that's door knocking, if that's cold calling, if that's picking up a phone, if that's getting a dollar, like whatever it takes to be successful how you want to be, it's 100% up to you. Right? It's not the broker's fault you're not successful. Nope. It's not the lender's fault that you're not successful. Nope. It's not the client's fault. It's all on you. Everything is, you are a solo independent agent, right?
Yes.
Independent meaning you own your own business. You're just under the restriction of a broker. So everything you do is 100% your responsibility at the end of the day. So if you don't put any kind of work in, you're not getting anything out, and you cannot blame any. You cannot point fingers at all.
At all, you're right. And before we keep going, if you learn something new, laughed a little, or questioning your entire career choice right now, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this episode. Every single week, we break down careers, business, and real stories behind how people actually make money. Now, Corey, we're gonna go to the fun part.
Mhm.
You gotta give me a crazy story that you've seen as an agent or under your brokerage. You gotta give me a crazy story,
Oh my
man.
gosh, I give you a crazy story. It's not as crazy. It's not like super. Oh my
Okay.
god, sci-fi. No, it's not that. Right. So it was probably one of my. It's my first. I think it was my first year or second year. Right.
Okay.
I had a buyer. We met at the property. Because at that time I wasn't meeting anybody in the office. I don't
Okay.
recommend that nowadays, but I'll meet people. I meet them. I get a conversation on the phone. I'll get their pre-approval letter, and I'll meet them at the property. Right. Because again, I'm thinking like fast, 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 fast. Right. So I met him at the property. I was told the property was vacant. Right. That was the initial. It was a vacant home or whatever the case may be. So I should have no problem. I got the lockbox code. Everything was good. Client showed up. I opened the door perfectly because again, that's how probably we can't open doors for some reason when clients come around, right? So I opened the door perfectly, whatever. We walked through the foyer, the living room, whatever, right? Beautiful home, right? The clients loving it. Oh my God, this is so nice. It's so nice. It's so amazing, whatever. So we're walking through the home. I turned off to the right because I think I tried to open like one of the bedroom door. 'Cause I think it was like little jammed or whatever. The clients went to the left where the master bedroom was, right? And so I turned my head what it feels like for a second. All I heard was ah, and I'm like what was that, right? I'm like what was that? All I hear was oh my god. All I hear was oh my god, oh my god. So I'm thinking the client either fell or something happened, right? So I rush over there. I see there was a older lady. This lady had to be 90 something plus.
Wow.
She was in the bathroom taking a shower or trying to get a shower. She had no clothes on whatsoever. she was bare bones, like bare
Wow.
bones. Like that image stuck in my brain for some time.
Oh Lord.
It was a terrible sight to see. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. When I said we got out of there so fast, like we ran out of that house. Like it was one of those like, yo, you can't make this up. If I tell somebody, they won't believe me. That's one of them kind of stories. It was bad. It was bad.
Did the clients take the property?
No, they did not. For that reason.
The old lady come with it?
No, they didn't. They didn't. We don't need that kind of energy. We don't need that energy, bro. That is not what we're looking for. So that did. Nah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
That's crazy. I had one crazy story where I was actually showing the property, and when we walked in, there was like sheets over the windows, and I'm like, huh, is there somebody here? So long story short, we opened the door, and then people busted through the back. They had a TV in there. They had power connected to like somebody else's house, like an extension cord coming from their home into their home. They already had furnished the home. They had food there, and they ran out through the back door. They had a big screen TV, and looked like they were living there for a minute. It's like real estate is so crazy. And I know you know as well. Before you go to a home and show a client, what do? We go there, expect a home first,
Correct.
try to if we can,
Absolutely
make
can,
sure it's
yeah.
safe.
Mhm.
It's just so much like it's so many squatters everywhere, so you're
Oh
never
God.
safe.
Nah, you'll be shocked what you will see once you see in so many houses, and you'll
Yeah,
be so surprised. It's like this is not a movie. It's real life. It is
yeah,
scary sometimes. It is scary.
yeah, man. What's the most ridiculous client situation you ever dealt with?
I deal with it all the time, man. Listen, I get.
I'm gonna say 24/7.
It's like you are really in a position where you're everything to somebody, right? You're
Yeah,
their financial advisor, right? You're a relationship coach. You are a
true.
mentor. You are an accountant. You are a babysitter at times, right? You are literally everything to people. To a particular client, right? And they call you for everything. It can be the simplest thing to stuff that was super common knowledge or whatever the case may be because they're so nervous they don't want to mess up. They call you over and over and over again, over and over. You
Yeah,
probably explain the same thing 10 times to one person, right? But they'll still call you 11 times and make sure to clarify. Oh, I want to make sure you told me this, you told me that. Yes, that's what I told you. But again, you get those kind of stories all the time. Now, being a broker, it's
yeah.
multiplied because not only you're getting that from the client side, you're getting that from your agents as
Agents,
well.
okay.
Yeah. So it's so like I said, patience is required because again, you
Definitely.
will find yourself answering the same question multiple times, over and over and over, over and over. And the more agents you have, the more you're gonna answer that same question over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's something that happens in real estate that would shock normal people?
A lot. Okay. So, so it's contracts, right? So,
Okay.
for example, I'll tell you a story about one of my worst years in real estate, right? It was one year where I can say I had at least, I want to say at least 9 to 10 properties under contract at one time, right? You would think, oh my God, it's going to be a great year. 10 properties about to close. Mine just, it's like the first quarter of the year, right?
Wow.
It's like
Okay.
the first 2, 3 months of the year, right? I have 10 properties under contract. I've been working these leads. I have 10 properties, everything under contract, right? Everything went south,
Wow.
right? So we always tell, do not cash your check before it closes, right?
True.
And the reason why you say that, because again, once you get a contract and it's signed by everybody, you're thinking, okay, it's going to close on the 30th or whatever. I'm going to have this amount of X amount of money. I can do this, I can pay that, I can do this. This particular year, every deal fell through. If it was an appraisal that went bad, it was an inspection that went bad, it was just a client got cold feet at a particular time. I had one lady the date of closing, the seller that is, the day of closing. I had the buyer, I had the seller. She said she no longer wants to sell her house. So we had to literally take her to
Whoa.
court. We had to literally take her to court and get recompensated for what we already spent. But again, this is one within the several that I had under contract. And again, every single deal went south. Every single deal went south. And once these deals go south, it's so hard to get a buyer mentally on track because again, their
True.
mind is, I wanted that house. That's the house I want. So trying
Right.
to get them to see another house is almost impossible,
Yeah.
right? So I end up losing a vast majority of all those clients that I had under contract. So now, no contract meaning there's no money coming in. No money coming in meaning, hey, you still have bills to pay. So
Yeah.
everything can go south really, 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 really fast. And what a lot of people don't understand, you hear about real estate. Real estate is such a good industry to get in. I'm gonna get a real estate license. It's not all cut and dry because you have a dark side of things don't go your way all the
Right.
time, right? Things can go south immediately. What do you do when things go bad? How do you get from out of that hole
True.
if contracts don't go through? So it's like
True.
that's one of the biggest things. Like people understand, like it can get really, really, really dark at any given time.
And if someone is a new realtor right now, what should they even think about becoming a realtor? Like, should they be thinking about that at first, or just getting their feet wet as a realtor?
Okay, perfect. So
What's the easy?
if you're thinking about getting into real estate, the very thing I would tell you is do not quit your day job initially, right? Build up a clientele base, build up, get enough traction to where you do list a rent, right? Get enough traction where you're doing multiple rentals a month, right? You're doing 5 rentals a month, 6 rentals a month. And that way it rolls over to the next month. And that way you're getting consistent income until you get buyers, to get your sellers, and then you get your buyers, what that is. But you want to build up traction before you leave your day job. Because the last thing you want to do is leave your day job, don't have any money coming in, and now bills are coming, but you don't have any contracts pending.
True. And I like to put things into perspective as well. A lot of people don't know if you are a real estate agent or a realtor and you are doing rentals. Typically, how they get paid is the security deposit. They typically get, I believe, it's half of it or the
Yeah.
full amount.
It's half,
So
half.
yeah,
Well,
so
it depends on the agent. So if you have both sides, you have the landlord and the tenant, then you're getting 1 month rent, right? If you only
right,
have the landlord, you're getting half. You only have the tenant, you're getting half.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's not that bad. If you're going out showing $2,000 properties, um, at the bare minimum, you should getting $1,000. If
Correct.
not, you get the full 2,000. And that's how real estate agents can be lucrative when you're trying to be a rental agent. So I know a lot of people that actually are good at doing rentals, and then eventually you'll then I'm not gonna say upgrade, but then change or just traverse into the business and the real estate side, or showing the homes and things like that. But doing rentals is a quick money. It's quick. People have to move it within a week or two. $1,000, $2,000 right in your pocket. They are kind of harder sometimes to me. I find those people, but hey, I know a lot of people that
So
do it very successfully.
so the way it's done, right? There's a method to it. There's always a method to the madness, right? So if it's structured correctly, you can do 5 or 6 clients within a week in itself,
Yeah,
right? So
easy.
if you, for example, if I take you on as a client, right? If I was to gather all your documents that are going to be needed, if I gather your pay stub, your background check, your credit report, I
Real
want to
pay
make sure
stubs, guys. Real pay stubs.
you want to have your real pay stub, not the don't scam, real pay stub. So you have your first month, last month security already ready, right? If you have all these documents, I can show you 2 to 3 homes, right? You're gonna like one or the three. We submit an offer right then and there at the property.
Right.
Offer get accepted, I'm on to the next client. And it's just that fast. But you have to have all your ducks in a row, and you have to have a system in place to where you can actually do multiple clients at one particular time.
Right.
And
And
that's how
also, I
you
would say too, guys, and people that are listening, just be realistic. Again, we all know how the market is right now. I just find that as an agent, people come to us and they'll say they want a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom for $1,000. You know darn well there ain't no 3-bedroom in South Florida right now with a half an acre for $1,000. Just stop it.
No, you won't find that. No, go back to sleep. Wake back up. Go take a nap. Go take a
For
nap.
real.
Go take a nap. Go be realistic. This is not that. This is not that. And again, I
Man.
tell my agents all the time, right? So you have to understand, like, people they have unrealistic expectations at the same
Yes.
time, right? So it's your job to coach them, to let them know, okay, listen, I understand what you're looking for, but the realism is that is not existing
Right.
here in a particular area that you're looking for. Now, if you're open to other areas, we probably can accommodate that. We can probably find something that fits, but it's not going to be in the area you're looking for.
Right.
So now your expectation have to come down. You have to become realistic now. Okay, you wanted a 4-bedroom. Okay, can we do a 3? Is 3 possible? Okay, if you can do a 3, okay, let's see what's your credit score, because 9 times out of 10, if it's an HOA, they have credit requirements, so that's an
Yes.
important part too.
Yes.
So it's all about how you question your client, how you question those particular clients, and make sure you got all the information and ducks in a row before you try to show houses. Because a lot of people want to do show houses and they're not qualified for them. Now they seen this house that was so beautiful, and now every other house is so trash. They don't want no house, and now you're wasting your time. So you don't
Yeah,
want that.
definitely.
So make sure you question, get everything lined up accordingly to what they're looking for, the expectation. Make sure everybody's on the same exact page, and then move accordingly from there. But again, it's all
Yep.
about system and how it's structured and how you're trained, who's coaching you. Let me say that.
Correct. Yep. That's correct. And that's what a good broker does. So before you guys go anywhere, but when you become a real estate agent, just pre-qual them. Just do a pre-qualification. Before you leave the house with them, before you start driving them anywhere for a home, a rental. As a newly real estate agent, you're just happy to get a client. You start showing these homes, and then you don't know what their credit score is. It's a waste of time for you and the client. Showing them these homes, and they don't even qualify for it. So that's always my golden rule. Like, I don't know what you can afford. I don't know what you can buy because I don't have your financials. Once I get everything, I can then show you what you afford, what you can afford. And what I used to do too as well back in the days, I used to, like, if they want to see a home and they didn't want to get pre-approved, I'll just go start showing them $1 million homes. And they're like, oh, I can't afford this $1 million home. I'm like, exactly. We don't know what you can afford. So that's why I need to get your paperwork in order.
Hey,
So it's like, it's crazy.
you're better than me because I won't get that far, right? I do not leave the office without a pre-approval on my desk, right? That's what buying or renting, right? If I don't have all your documents for renting,
Can't go
I'm not
anywhere.
moving. If I don't
Right.
have a pre-approval, I'm not moving, like, at
Right.
all. And it's not just a pre-approval. I need to call the lender to make sure,
Yes.
hey, everything's all good. This is a pre-qualified or pre-approval. Which one is this?
Right.
Let me know the exact detail what I'm looking for, what am I dealing with. So if I don't have the information, I'm not moving.
Right.
Because again, what you'll do is you'll find yourself wasting your time with a lot of clients. Because I tell people all the time, the only thing you can get back in this business is time, right? People don't understand. This is not a 9 to 5. This is not paycheck to paycheck. This is commission to commission.
Yes.
So if you're not closing, you're not getting your bills paid. Nothing's getting done, right? So you cannot waste your time. You have to know how to determine who's wasting your time and who's not, who's serious, right? So once you get the experience enough, then you can dictate. Okay, you can tell. Okay, this person wastes my time, so I'm not going to waste my time over here. I'm gonna go to somebody who's serious. I'm gonna focus on this instead of that.
Yeah.
So I don't move without a pre-qualification, like, at all. Nah, we're not doing that.
And also just to add to what you said, so the difference, guys, between a pre-qualification and pre-approval. So I'm a lender, so I'm licensed in the state of Florida. A pre-qualification basically goes like this: hey, lender, I make 80,000. My credit score is 720, and I have 15,000 in the bank. Literally, the lender has not verified anything. It's a pre-qualification. A pre-approval, which means it got approved. The lender has already checked your financials. They
Correct.
already checked your pay stubs. They checked your last two 3 months of pay stubs, and also last 2 years of your W-2s. So it's a more concrete pre-approval. So that way, if you do go out and see a home with Corey or any of anyone on his team, you are ready to close within 30 to 60 days. Typically 30 days. But the big difference is one is actually everything's shown on paper and it's verified, and one is not. So always get a pre-approval. Just like Corey said, don't waste your time with pre-qualifications because you're not going to go anywhere. You can't go anywhere with pre-qualifications because it hasn't been verified. You can still make $80,000 and have $70,000 worth of debt, but on paper you only make 10,000. You see, so that's why there's debt to income ratio. There's a lot more things that go into it. So definitely listen to your professionals like Corey when doing things like that. And Corey, my next question to you was going to be, what would you do differently if you had to start over?
Oh man, what would I do different? Honestly, that's a great question. I think I would have. Oh man, what I would have done different? Because honestly, the path I chose and the way I did it is exactly how I really wanted to be done. So honestly, if I was to go back and start over, I would think I would look for more education
Okay.
initially, right? Because again, I'm more of a self-taught agent. I pretty much taught myself how to do pretty much everything by
Okay.
myself, by seeking the information. Now, I think I would have got a mentor per se, not someone who's like super expensive, just somebody who understands the real estate and can show me like different shortcuts of how to get to where I am now faster. Let me just say that, right? Because again, I had to figure everything else out my own. If I had to start over now, I think I'll try to seek for mentorship. I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into a quick rapid fire round.
Mhm.
Agent or broker?
Agent or broker? Broker,
Yeah,
100%.
broker. Okay, I
100%.
know. Your team broker, I already know.
That's an easy answer right there. Broker.
Big team or solo killers?
Solo killer.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes,
Solo killer. Solo.
definitely. If
Definitely
you have a whole
solo.
bunch of solo killers, the whole team's gonna be better. Trust me.
Everybody good. Everybody's good.
Yeah, everybody. Leads or relationships?
Wait, say it again. Leads or relationship?
Leads or relationships?
Relationships.
Okay.
Relationships because those relationships bring business.
Right. They
A
go a
league
long
can,
way.
a league can come and go. League
Exactly.
can,
True.
relationships 100%.
Let's see here. And one word to describe real estate.
Tough.
Tough. Okay.
It's tough. It's tough. Yes. That's
Okay.
it. Period. Period. Tough.
Tough.
Dog eat
Period.
dog. Dog eat dog. Tough.
Okay. Now, Corey, this part, just go ahead and tell everybody, anything on the side that you do. I know you have your own brand, business. I support it 100%. Tell everybody what you do.
All right, perfect, man. So real estate is number one, man. So I'm a real estate broker. I'm actually, we're actually expanding to different states now. We're actually growing, slowly but surely.
Okay.
Um, Mentorship is what we preach. Always into coaching, always into helping new agents. So if you're a new agent, you're looking for mentorship, you need somebody to turn to, don't know where to go. Jones and Company International. We are here to serve the community. Um, yeah, we just actually started a production outlet as well, right? So media production. So we're doing real estate tours, we're doing real estate photography, videography as well. So we should be coming into that within the next quarter or two.
Okay.
Just to we'll get the launch going. It'll be all of our social media, so you'll see it. So we're just pretty much just trying to get agents to the forefront. We're trying to showcase agents. Agents that's not up with us, that's different companies or whatever the case may be. We're just trying to showcase agents. All right. Initially, and we'll obviously branch off into bigger and better things as far as businesses, whatever the case may be. But initially, starting off, we're catering to the agents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I appreciate your time, man. We've been trying to get this podcast done for a while. I appreciate you. I know you're in a different state right now. So
About 10 years we've been trying. 10 years, brother. 10 years.
I
About
appreciate
10
you,
years.
man. Every career has a story, and every expert started as a beginner. Thanks for watching another episode of So You Want to Be. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure you subscribe, like, and share the episode. I'm on all the major podcasts, YouTube, Instagram. You'll see me and Corey doing a lot of different projects together. Because the next guest might that I might bring in might introduce you to a different career that you never knew existed. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Have a wonderful night.
So you wanna be, let's talk what it takes. No shortcuts here, just risks and mistakes. Real ones built it from grit, not luck. So you wanna be, level up, level up.